So now let us try to understand the next important concept of learning chapter, that is nature and characteristics of learning. So how many characters we have in the process of learning? Let us try to understand that concept. So the characteristics of learning based on the definitions are the meaning that we try to understand right now till now. So based on the available definitions and the information that we have received in the process of learning, learning can be better understood with the help of some of these all characteristics or these all natures. If you are asked to write the answer as the what are the characteristics of learning or what is the nature of learning, you can write down some points which will influence all of us to understand how important learning is. So let us see based on the based on understanding of the definitions as well as the process of learning. Learning is to be called as the changes in the behavior. As we know that if we are all experiencing if there are changes in our behavior, that is what learning is. We have learned so many things till now. Excuse me. Since childhood, since we know we have developed so many efficient what I can say the skills or competencies, or if we can see some of the tendencies to in our behavior only because as we are adopting, as we are changing ourselves. So learning is to be considered as a change in the behavior. Next is learning is considered as a continuous or a lifelong process. Please do not play with your screen. Sharif, I think it is. Yes. Learning is to be considered. Learning is not only meant for a particular age. Learning is considered as one of the important element which used to take place right from childhood, and it will end till we breathe last. That means it is to be known as a lifelong process. We don't have such a particular period that there will be no learning at all. So right from beginning till the end of a person's life, we can see there were influences in the process of learning. So that is what it is to be known as continuous as well as a lifelong process. Learning is universal process. It is available everywhere. It is not only available in Karnataka. It is not only available in India, or it is only meant for all the people of the Dharwad or any other districts in Karnataka. It is a universal process. So everybody should have to get something through the help of the process of learning. That is what it is to be known as a universal process. Next is it is purpose and goal directed. Whatever the goal we have, towards that goal only we always used to work. That is what learning is, always purposive in nature. Learning always work for goal orientation. So whatever the goal we thought of to achieve those goals, we must have the ability of learning. That is what learning is to be considered as a purposive one, and they are to be called as it is a goal directed activity. Next is it involves reconstruction of experiences. Whatever I used to get the experience, based on that I will reconstruct the ideas. If there is the improvement, if there are an opportunities for every one of us to get improvement in the process, that what we are actually doing. So in that way, in that manner, there is a need of understanding the concept of learning. So learning will definitely allow you to involve yourself for reconstruction of your ideas. So as and when experience increases, according to that we used to change. So earlier, as there were some misconception of social distancing, wearing the mask, day by day, we are all adapted to that. And even when the vaccine in India is introduced, there were some arguments that vaccine is not good, or they have some diverse effects. But due to its importance, now the people are running behind the vaccine like anything. So, what I mean to say in this context is learning definitely involves a reconstruction of experience. Earlier, the experiences of the other people were different. Now the people were rushing like anything. That means every now and then we used to get the familiar information with the help of what I can say learning. Okay, that is what I actually thought of discussing now. Next is learning is the product of activity as well as the environment. We used to get experiences in any form of environment. Either it may be the family, or it may be with the neighborhood people, it may be in a ground, it may be in a school, or it may be in the college, or it may be in the hospital, it may be in the bus stop, it may be anywhere that we are actually working in or we are all living in. So one or another way, it is to be known as the product of activity as well as the environment, without which we are not going to experience anything. So I cannot learn myself. You can learn something only with the help of some information, some books, somebody's teachers, somebody's expressions, like that. So from that point of view, we need a proper type of environment for learning. Next point is learning is transferable from one situation to another. Whatever I have learned, if I can use my mobile phone, definitely it is helpful for me to use the laptop. If I am comfortable in moving bicycle from one place to another, it will help me to ride a bicycle, ride a vehicle, or it may be helpful for you to drive a car. Somewhat, if not directly, but somewhat. One situation, the learning that was actually experienced by every one of us in one situation, sometimes it is helpful for you people to get more information in the other situation. And even learning helps in attainment of teaching learning objectives. Whatever the teaching and learning objectives we have, for attainment of that also we need the concept of learning, without which it is difficult for us to get the familiar information. Next is learning helps in the proper growth and development too. So if you are talking about the growth and development of a person's personality, we must have the ability of learning. If I don't have the ability of learning, I can't say that growth and development is to take place. Next is learning helps in the balanced development of the personality. If you wish to balance your personality, okay, if you wish to really balance your personality to any type of condition, what we require is we must require the ability of learning. If I don't have the ability of learning, I can't adjust to the conditions in which where I'm living. I always start quarreling with everybody because I'm not having the ability of learning. If I do have the ability of learning, I can adjust to any type of condition. How do I behave in the platform? How do I behave in the bus stop? How do I behave in my family? How do I behave in the college? How do I behave in the public places, like that? So if learning is there, if learning is to take place, then I know how to behave in the different sort of conditions. Next is it helps in proper adjustment. So one or another way, it is helping every one of us to adjust to any type of conditions or situation, only because we have the ability of adjustment. Adjustment only comes when we have the ability of learning. If you don't have the ability of learning, definitely it will not allow you to go for any type of adjustment. Next is learning helps in the realization of goals of life. So whatever the goals and objectives we have, as to achieve those goals, you need to realize something. For that realization, you must have the ability of learning. I wish to become the topper. I wish to become the topper in the college, not only in the college, to the whole university. If that is your wish, if you wish to work for that, learning must need to take place. So if you wanted to realize what you are, how you need to work, what all you are actually expected to do, those all aspects are the best result, the best signs, which are directly or indirectly helpful for every one of us to get the best out of it. Okay, from that point of view, it will help. The concept of learning will help every one of us to realize what are the goals of life and how do I need to move on as to meet the goals of my life. And learning does not necessarily imply improvement. Don't expect that improvement is only the indicator of learning. So if we are getting some sort of information or some type of experiences, definitely that is a part of learning, I can say. So based on this, now let us move on to the next subtopic of the concept of learning is what are the laws available for learning. The law of learning, or you can say the laws of learning. Before trying to understand the laws of learning, I must quote the name of E.L. Edward Thorndike, that we are going to study about his theory in the later classes. But right now, he has conducted an experiment on a particular animal, and based on his experiment, he has given some of the information that how learning used to take place. So, in explaining his experiment, he has given three important laws of learning. And later, it was just developed by some of the other psychologists. So we have number of laws of learning, you can say. So some of them are like this. The first law what he has contributed is law of readiness. So it is nothing but when a person is ready to learn. Next is law of effect. Okay. Sorry, that is the third law actually. The second law should be law of exercise. That is how we used to practice. Okay, law of effect means what was the effect of the practice that we did. So those things we shall study one by one. As I said, Edward Thorndike has developed the first three laws of learning. One is law of readiness, second one is law of exercise, and the third one is law of effect. So first, let us try to understand what is law of readiness. As I said, he has conducted an experiment, and he has given three important observations after conducting an experiment, and based on the available data only he has explained this. Okay, so the first law name he has given is law of readiness. So being ready for anything that you are actually wish to do, that is what he implies. So law of readiness implies the degree of preparedness as well as eagerness to learn. When you are ready to learn, when you are ready to work, when you are ready to eat, when you are ready to play, in those circumstances, if anything is done, definitely there will be a good impact. If you are not interested to learn, and if I make you to listen to me, it is of no use. So what he says is, whenever you wish to make any students in the classroom, if you wish to make, if you wish to play yourself in the sports, in the ground, first of all, that person should be ready. If that person is ready to do, if that person is ready to eat, if that person is ready to learn, if the person is ready to play, at that time those things used to be take place, then definitely there will be a good impact. If we are not ready and you are forcibly allowing them to do that, there will be no good impact. That is the first thing that he has quoted. Second one is law of exercise. That is nothing but how a person exercise, not yoga and activities I am talking about. So exercise means mere repetition. Okay, repetition of the learned elements. We have developed the ability of writing only because we have repeated it number of times. We can speak fluently in some languages only because we repeatedly use those things. So whichever is repeated, whichever is exercised, whichever is used again and again. If I ask you, tell me your phone number, you will immediately say, because you do remember your number, because every now and then, if anybody asks your number, you will say, you will remember, you will try to recall. So repetition or exercise of remembering that element will help you to give any time about, if I ask you to say your number. If I ask you to say the somebody's number which is stored in your phone, you can't, because you are not just, you used to go for searching name, and you will directly click that name, and number will be displayed, and automatically it will connect the call. But we will not try to remember the name, but we used to remember our number, phone number, or our Aadhaar number, or any other number, any elements which are related to us, which are used again and again. See, Aadhaar number, if I ask, or any other number which is not frequently used, we can't. But which is frequently used, ಮೇಲಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶವನ್ನು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So law of learning, second law of learning says that law of exercise, things that are most often repeated are best remembered. So even in study habits also, if I study and if I repeat the same study for number of times, that will be remembered. If I study and I will remember, it is not possible. Okay, that thought should have to be overcome. So wherever the exercises are there, those exercises will, if you hit a century in a game, that doesn't mean that you will never practice for the next match, isn't it? Like how our cricket players or any other players used to do. Though they are the popular figures in the international domain, but still they used to keep on practicing. So practice makes man perfect. Even learning, if you wish to improve, what you require is exercises. Exercises are the only source which will help you to repeat the thing, and that those will help you to remember. So law of exercise is that. And the third law he has given is law of effect. Based on the emotional reaction and motivation of the student, one can use to get the law of effect, I can say. So learning is strengthened with pleasant experiences, whereas it is demotivated or unpleasant when unpleasant feelings to be experienced by every one of us. So when learning is strengthened, when with the help of some of the pleasant moments, when we are happy, when we are too good, when our emotions and moods were too good, we will remember that. If our emotions and feelings were bad, if we are experiencing unpleasant situation, that will not be remembered. So Law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect. Somehow they play a significant role for every one of us to remember. So these are some of the principles that E.L. Thorndike has given at the initial stage. Later on, the same three elements were additional by means there were other psychologists who has given additional three laws to the previously given laws of learning by Thorndike. So law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect were the three important laws given by Edward Thorndike, whereas these laws were given by some other psychologist. So fourth law that we must talk now is law of primacy. What does it mean? Learning should be done correctly for the first time, since it is difficult to unlearn or change an incorrectly learned material. So fourth law says that based on the primacy level, so learning used to take place. Whatever we used to learn at the initial stage without any misunderstanding, that will be remembered forever. That is what the fourth law says. Learning should be done correctly for the first time, since it is difficult to unlearn the same. Whatever we have learned, primarily, it cannot be unlearned because we have already learned it with the help of its preferences. Or it is difficult for us to change the learned elements. If I have learned how to hold the pen, I cannot change that style immediately. It will take a lot of exercise and practices, but somehow law of primacy is somewhat play an important role. Next one is law of recency. Recency means things which are most recently learned or remembered best. Say, for example, if I ask what I have taught today, immediately you may say. If I ask you what I have taught on Tuesday, then it is difficult for you to remember because law of recency says the same. Recently learned, recently experienced, recently understood elements are best remembered. That is the fifth law of learning. Next is law of intensity. The more intense something is taught, the more likely it will be appearing for you, isn't it? So that can be also done. You can say, yes, the more intense something is taught, the more likely it will be look like. So it will be retained. So that is what the law of intensity is. If you are very much intense towards learning something, definitely there will be a good intensity. If less intensity is there, definitely there will be no good impact over it. Like this, you can remember people elements. I will stop here. Okay.